from Nalavulis?
I'm not from here, but I live here. Yeah, been here for the last quite a few years. So,
yeah. Do you feel a sense of history?
Yeah, it's really nice. I saw it in 1999, but I was down in Wales then. But this is just nice when everyone comes together to see it and put a bit of a community bonding.
Great, thanks very much indeed. What do you think, sir? What do you think about it? All this, the people, the occasion.
Oh, it's a nice one-off. It's a rare thing, quite a sociable occasion as well. So, yeah, I don't know if that's why the Calorie Stones are actually here, and that was the real reason for it. But it's nice to get the opportunity. Nice to get this wee guy a chance to see it as well.
Yeah, is he enjoying anything?
Yeah, he's pretty happy. What do you think? What do you think about what's the weather like today?
No comment. Get that camera out of my face. It's quite an occasion, Colin. You know, as you can see, there's something like 300 odd people here. They've come from far and wide, Germany, France, as you heard, and come to where it's at in terms of today's eclipse, I suppose, Britain's darkest place. 98% coverage we're expecting, and that should be in about 15 or so minutes.
Here in London at the Greenwich Royal Observatory, maximum obscuration. We're at that point where actually things are as dark as they're going to be. Is it a bit darker than you normally notice? Yes, it probably is, but only fractionally. You have to travel elsewhere to Newquay in Cornwall, to where the eclipse is visible. Isabel Webster is there. Isabel.
Yeah, we're also at maximum obscuration, Colin. I'm just going to get a very quick update from the first person in the UK on Sky News to report that the moon has started blocking the sun. Nathan, what's the progress?
Well, just then it was upside down, and now it's gone to facing the left of the sun.
Almost completely covered it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic, Nathan. Thank you very much. What's been brilliant about today is we're getting all the pictures in from all over the world, Madrid, Rome, and indeed Svalbard. This is the latest images that we're getting from there. They're 45 minutes from totality, so like the Faroe Islands, they will get a total eclipse. We haven't got that here, 84% coverage, but we can go to the Faroe Islands as well. Speak to Ian Woods, who's there. He's had a few problems with cloud coverage. What's the latest, Ian?
More than a few problems with cloud cover. There's a lot of cloud cover now. We're 12 minutes away from totality here, and it's pretty gloomy. We've had a couple of glimpses of sunshine during the course of the eclipse, where people have at least been able to get a glimpse of the moon moving across the path of the sun, and that brought a little bit of a cheer from everyone here. And it's really quite dark now. I don't mean dark because of the eclipse, I just mean dark because of the grey skies. I can see a little bit of patch of blue away to my left. Now, if that was to speed around here and meet the sun, we may get something, but otherwise it'll be completely invisible to us. Everyone who's gathered around here that I've spoken to, they're all locals, they're all Faroe Islanders. Of course, they've been anticipating this for many, many years. The tourists, a lot of them have gone off in search of better vantage points. A lot of them got on board their ships, and they decided, or the ship's captain decided, that rather than being on land, the forecast was so poor that they might as well try and sail somewhere where the weather might be a little bit clearer. So all of the Faroe Islanders from here, they're all sort of shrugging their shoulders and saying, oh, well, it doesn't really matter, we've still got a glimpse of it, it's not too disappointing at all, this is quite a good day for the Faroe Islands weather. But it is pretty depressing now, because we were really hoping that as we got closer to the point of totality, which is at exactly 9:40 and 51 seconds, we might just get a glimpse of the sunshine. If it does give us a glimpse, we will have 2 minutes of totality, and we don't need to wear our protective glasses then, because we can take those off and look straight at the wonderful sight of the moon completely covering the sun. But right now, we've got no chance.
Oh, well, Ian, stay positive, because in 1999 here in Cornwall they had 100% totality, and although there was cloud coverage in a lot of the counties, some people did get a good view. We've got people in the Faroe Islands, frankly, saying that the cloud coverage is a little bit disappointing, but of course some people will get lucky, won't they?
Yes, the cloud is very variable. Occasionally a hole will appear, like it did here in Newquay back in '99.
And what were your memories then? Because it's slightly different from what we've had here today, where we've had 84% coverage, which absolutely spoiled, haven't we, with the view?
Yeah, there's a lot of difference when totality comes. I was just over to see the darkness sweep across up the ocean and cover you, and it always dark, and always very cold, always silent. And in spite of there being about 4,000 or 5,000 people, it went everybody.
Has here though, I have to say.
It's now quite a lot colder than it was about half an hour ago.
We've had maximum obscuration now, about 7 minutes ago, 9:25. So what we're going to enjoy over the next 45 minutes is kind of a reverse of what we've been enjoying leading up to that point.
Exactly.
So gradually the sun will become more exposed and that process will be borne out before our very eyes.
It'll get brighter and it'll get warmer.
Just talk to us a little bit about what you set up for the children here, because there's 300 children at this school and each class has been coming out one at a time to look through these different contraptions that you've set up. This particular one, not as effective as it was earlier because the clouds are slightly blocking coming out.
That's true.
But the idea, explain to us the concept.
The big advantage, and you can see it's, if I can adjust it, oops, we'll get there in a minute, there it is.
Fantastic.
Right, we're projecting the image onto the screen, which means that, as you see here, there's probably about 20 children that when the clouds allow the image to come, they can all enjoy it. Whereas if you look into a telescope, you only do it one at a time.
Right.
And also, there's back again there now, and of course it's perfectly safe for everybody.
Well, let's have a quick chat to these kids. What age group are you all?
8 and 9.
Ah, fantastic. So how long are you going to be in 11 years?
20.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to be a lot older when you next get a chance to see this. Will you remember today? Because this is a really rare occasion. And you've been lucky as well because the clouds have covered just in time, clear, just in time for you to be able to see that. What does that look like to you? Does that remind you of anything? I've been trying to describe it as like a fingernail clipping that's just left there.
It's really good to
Yeah, that's absolutely true. What's your name? Jake, fantastic. And do you live near here, Jake? So it's something that you're going to be very proud that people have been able to see in Cornwall today. And that's what's been so brilliant about the event today. This is such an educational experience. And not only, Frank, have we got this amazing experience, we're also coinciding with the spring tides, we've got the spring equinox, and we've also got the supermoon, there we go. So, the children are really lucky to see this because there have been generations coming through the school who have never witnessed this before.
That's right. And like I say, they're very lucky, and they will learn quite a lot. And hopefully, when they come to do some of their more advanced lessons in geometry, etc., they'll realise how this came about.
And you've been interested in astronomy your whole life. You've got an astronomy club here at the school. What do you hope that today's experience might inspire the children to go on to do? Because it doesn't just have to be in the field of astronomy, does it? It can be in different fields of science, physics, whatever that might be.
Absolutely. And of course, there are a future membership. So, it's all good for that experience.
Fantastic. I don't know if we've got Nathan who's been giving us updates somewhere around. I think he's the other side of the playground. We'll try and get him in a moment for an update. But as you can see, all of this kit here set up for the children so that they can get the best possible view. Let's go back to Colin to see how the view is progressing or regressing in London with Colin.
Yeah, Isabel, thanks very much indeed. Yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on Svalbard Tonka from the Royal Observatory because you're going to get clear skies here and totality. I've got a live picture from Svalbard.
Looks very good there. It does look very good. So for all those intrepid people who've made their way up to that Norwegian island, which is cold, freezing cold and ridden with polar bears that will attack you, it looks like they're going to get a good view. So worth braving it for the trip. So here we can see that the moon now encroaching on the sun from Svalbard, obviously happening rather later on our watch than it happened here in London. They will be around about 10 or so looking at a total solar eclipse. So it's really dramatic.
Lasting how long?
This total eclipse from Svalbard will only last for a couple of minutes or so, so it's not the longest total eclipse in history. They can actually last up to about 7 minutes, the totality of an eclipse. So this one just a couple of minutes, but that's still enough time to feel a real chill and for an extraordinary darkness to descend over the island. Which of course we're not really experiencing here. It's very gloomy in London, so it's hard to tell exactly whether it's got much darker. It might feel a bit colder, Colin, to be honest.
Yeah, interestingly, as we look at the avenue from the Royal Observatory here, the cars were putting their lights on. You've got to sort of gauge it by other things. We turned our camera lights off here, and it was demonstrably gloomy than it had been an hour before. But we've passed now the point of maximum gloominess.
Maximum gloominess, maximum obscuration just a couple of minutes ago now. So that has now passed for us here in London. So we're now in what we call the second half of the eclipse. It's going to take us right up to about 11:15 when we look at what's called fourth contact, or the egress